Jai Shri Krishna to all. Welcome to Path to Anandam Gita series. Freedom from pains and miseries to happy, healthy and peaceful life. Based upon 108 mantras and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. My questions and God's answers. And today we have a series number 99. The secret key to eternal love and happiness. Pranam to Guruji, Hariharji Maharaj for his blessings, guidance, and Lord Krishna for bringing us together this morning. I'm Satya Kalra, your host and founder of Path to Anandam. And whatever you see on this page, it's all Guruji's guidance and his blessings. And spreading Bhagavad Gita's message is his guidance. And wherever God sends me, sends all of us, we are all doing it on our way. So thank you, Guruji and Lord Krishna, for bringing us together. Today's series number 99. Ultimate pathway to cultivate eternal happiness, peace, and universal love. Based upon Gita's verse, chapter 18.54, and there are supporting verses taken like 51 and 53 for the background, and also 55. So how to qualify for Brahma Bhutaya, Nirvana, Moksha? That's the main subject today. And what are the hallmarks of the one who attaining this universal love? And what are the benefits, applications, and practices in life? And of course, our homework. Sankalpa. I am universal love. Meditation and question and answers. So let's all pray together, just like Arjuna when he was in difficult time, situations, confused, fearful, worried, could not tell the difference between his karma and dharma, what was his prescribed duty. And he prayed to Lord Krishna very humbly. And in fact, he surrendered to him. Karpanya dosho pahat svabhava prashyami tvam dharma sammud chetaha yachase syani nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapanyam Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapanyam. So as Arjuna said, my heart is overpowered by the weakness of pity. I have lost all my composure and my mind is confused about my duty. My dharma, I am requesting you to tell me what is definitely good for me, not what am I asking. Whatever I ask, many times we ask the things and later on we found out that that was more problems than previously. So he says, no, I'm requesting you to tell me definitely what is good for me. Why? Because I'm your disciple. I surrender to you. And after his prayer, his request to Lord Krishna poured him with the infinite wisdom, the ultimate wisdom, which is known as Bhagavad Gita. And after listening to that, He said, now, Karishye Vachanam Tav. I do as you advise, not saying, na Jotasyati Gobindam anymore. Karishye Vachanam Tav. So let's all go on this blissful journey of self-purification, self-transformation, uplift our conscious level, and experience our true nature. I am Sat Chit Ananda. So Guruji's quotations, several quotations, where he said, Gita is a step-by-step spiritual instruction manual based upon different paths we are on. Then how to attain everlasting success, freedom from miseries and pains, moksha, liberation, which means experience eternal happiness, peace, oneness. Because many times we wonder what is the actual meaning of moksha? What is liberation? What is this freedom we are talking about? Freedom from miseries. The state, the conscious state where we feel eternally happy, peaceful, totally oneness with some power, which is called the supreme power. And we truly are in that state where we don't have any worries, don't have any resentments, no fear, no doubts, just flying in that peace, Anandam. That is the state. That's what the true nature of Satchit Anand is. The ultimate truth in our consciousness, that eternal happiness. And it says, Guruji always said, not just after you die, marne ke baad nahi, jeete ji usko experience karna hai. So while living in the material world, and of course beyond, whether it's a moksha or whether it's the next life, but it will definitely be better than this life, where we are more connected with supreme power. So this divine company, here is the other message, divine company. Arjuna, he was in really Vishad, very first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and with divine company, Lord Krishna's embarked, perform his prescribed duty, establish the dharma. And that's a message for us is here. Follow Bhagavad Gita's teachings and continue to walk on that path. That blissful journey to higher self, oneness, freedom from miseries and pains by practicing Bhagavad Gita's teachings. And we are now in the very last chapter, Moksha Sannyas Yoga. The ultimate summary of Bhagavad Gita, where we previously learned through 500 and almost, I would say 65 verses, because now there are about some more verses are left there. 20 verses are left. So we learn from chapter 1 to 6 how to perform our duty with love and compassion. And then now from chapter 13 to 18, Gyan Yoga, how to experience the presence of God in every moment of our life. Who is God? Who is this Mother Nature? How we can experience ourselves. So this is, we call it now 18th grade. We are in the final grade of, I would call it a PhD, because just is the summary now. We have gone through many, many grades and learned, but now here is the liberation through the path of renunciation and surrender. Moksha Sannyas Yoga. Through self-purification and self-transformation and self-realization. Experiencing who am I? And by experiencing, we go from miseries to moksha. So that is the summary of this chapter. So I call it Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a royal road to liberation, or I would say path to Anandam. So we learned in previous sessions about Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga in very different ways. But now, here, just to summarize, before we go into the next 54 verse, these are the qualities. Who attains, who qualifies? Here Bhagwan says that Brahma Bhupaya Kalpate means the person who possesses all these qualities, that person qualifies. He did not say that gets the liberation, qualifies to get the liberation. So living in this world, we have to live lovingly, forgivingly, steadfastness. We have learned all these qualities before. Chapter 16 is filled. Karma Yoga, Tattva Gyan Yoga, all these yogis possess these qualities. But he summarizes and he says, the people who lead the sattvic life, the one who leads the sattvic life means simple, honesty, and focusing on self-improvement and living a pure life, goodness life, not full of negativity, but the positivity. See goodness in everything. Because many times things happen to us and we kind of feel very disheartened, and that becomes more like going back to the tamasic behavior like Arjuna's happened to Arjuna. But here Lord Krishna says, no, you stay in the sattvic level. That's one of the key. So, and then here the beautiful, this verse is so powerful, that 53 verse. Ahankaram, balam, darpam, kamam, krodam, parigraham, vimucya nirmamaha, shanto, bhuva bhuvaya kalpate. Means free from false ego, I-ness, Guruji's favorite word, I-ness and minus. He says, just I-ness ko minus kar do. And I always thought it was a mathematical equation, but later on, it's basically saying, main ko hata do. Remove your I-ness. And then free from violence. Because sometimes when we are very egoistic and everything is my way, me, and if somebody cross reacts with us and tell us something, or something happened to us which is not fitting in our personality, we kind of become upset, and sometimes become abusive, verbally abusive, fighting. Many fights happen because of ego. So that's what he says. These people do not participate in the violence. And they are darpam, desires is the main. They are beyond their worldly desires. Anger, they don't get angry very easily because they are not looking for possessions. Every possession is very close to their heart. It's not. And then nirmama, minus, everything it belongs to them. They think they have the best possessions in the whole wide world, including their family members, their bank account, their titles, whatever you name it. They want to be on top of everything because they are egoistic. But here it says, no, they are free from ego and then free from minus, mera, mera, mera. And then peaceful and serenity. Un logon ko, those people become very shant. Brahma bhuaya kalpate. Those people qualified to become one with Brahman. In other words, reach to the highest conscious level. Now let's take an example. When we are very calm, stress-free, doing our mantras, doing meditation, doing some seva, whatever resonates with us, it feels so good. And that's so peaceful. Feels so happy internally. Not because of the possessions, because of our inside giving, sharing. That's what we feel, so oneness with Supreme Power. And that's what Bhagwan Ji is saying, that those people qualify when they are free from this. But he always says that any self-disciplined person, means who lead the sattvic life, who lives in the purity of life, has potential to oneness with Supreme, not with I-ness and minus and egoistic. Now in last session, we learned that these qualities, sattvic qualities, all these qualities, the people who qualified, they are in the Brahmic. We had the 4 Varnas, Brahman. And our dear friend says Brahman means who spread, who share the Brahmic knowledge. That's why the name is given. So these people possess those qualities. Does not mean the Kshatriya or Vaishya and Shudra do not qualify. Because if you look at that, they're all in horizontal. And in last session, we learned that these are the 4 pillars of the society. So without Kshatriya, life cannot run without these, because they possess have passion. Raisic, without Raisic nature, one cannot live. Even though we are made with Tamasic, Raisic, Sattvic, whole mother nature is made with that. But here, Brahmic people or Brahmins, they possess Sattvic qualities. Here, Kshatriya possess both in order for them to take the leadership, to protect the society. And then Vaishyas, they are the financial people. So they have to be, without money, you cannot do much in this world. Even we cannot eat, we cannot. So these people are very important. And then without doing the seva, without doing the everyday activities, Shudras are important. So here, the point here is they are all important part of the society. Unfortunately, they have been put later on in a hierarchy where Brahmins were high and then the Kshatriyas were next and then Vaishyas are third and lower on the, and then the lowest one they show Shudras. So they created this hierarchy which turned into a caste system. But here, Bhagwan Ji says, no, any path can lead you, you can qualify it. As it says, Ekam Sat Vipra, Bhuda Vadanti. Truth is one, path are many. So it could be the Brahmic path, it could be the Kshatriya, like Arjuna's path, it could be the Vaishya's path, and it could be the service part. Imagine if there were no services, like you go to hospital, and if there are no nurses to take care of it, what would happen? Only doctors won't be able to perform. So they're not Shudras, they're the service one. They do the service from their heart. So that's why all these 4 Varnas are important in life. So anybody who goes through this path, any path, whatever their innate qualities, their gunas are. All the paths are equally good. So now we come to this state where it says, who is the happy person? And in this verse, it explains so well. Brahma Bhuta Prasanna. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atma. Na shochati na kanchati. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu. Mad bhakti lapte param. These are the ingredients to realize the supreme love, which is another form of peace. But these are also the hallmarks and essential ingredients to realize the supreme love, the universal love. Brahma Bhuta. Who are Brahma Bhuta? What does it mean? These are the people who realize a state of oneness with Brahman, supreme. You know, as I said momentarily, we get to that level when we are totally worry-free, we are so connected. That is the Brahma Bhuta they're talking about. Or Bhagwan Ji is telling us. Only problem we have, we are there only momentarily. And that's why we do all the sadhanas to extend our this Brahma Bhuta state. More oneness state, being in that peace and loving state. And then Prasanna Atma. Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atma. That eternal happiness when we feel inner contentment, satisfaction, peace, at that time, we don't desire anything. That's the state he's talking about. Na shochati. We don't have any desires. We are free from any worldly desires. You know, if you recall, there is a beautiful verse. Prajahati manogatan atmev atmana tushta sthit pragasya do uchyate. The state, sthit pragya, equanimity state, which is beyond desires. Once we eliminate these worldly, selfish desires, minimize them, we automatically become shant. Like sometimes we say that at this level, at this stage of our life, we don't need to go for shopping. I don't need this. Because we are satisfied. Because we already have seen it. Here Bhagwan Ji is saying, without even seeing those things, you feel by performing your prescribed duty, all these practices you do, you feel self-satisfied. No, na shochati, no desires. And no nakanshti, we don't feel sad. We feel always happy. That's a state where we don't grieve. And then sama sarveshu bhuteshu, we feel equality, sthit pragya, and we treat everybody equally. We don't partial anybody. Like whole Mahabharata starts based on that one. Mamka, partiality. So based on the partiality, whole Mahabharata started. So here it's saying equality for all. And then here it says, Mad Bhakta Lapte Param. That person attains the universal love and deep devotion toward God, toward the supreme power, the divine. And our Satya Sai Baba always said, love is God and God is love. So everything evolves, like our relationships and everything. And here is a good example. Look at this, all these qualities. Hanumanji is very well known for all these qualities. The true bhakta, true love and devotion. So what are the benefits here? Here says, Bhaktya mam bijanti, yavanyashchim asmi tatvata, tato mam tatvato gyatva, vishate tadantatram. Though through devotion, one realizes me in essence. Again, talking about bhakti, love, what and who I am. Then, having known me in my essence, he immediately merges with me, oneness, re-emphasizing this. See, we previously learned sannyas, yajna, tappa, dan, make life as a tapa. Consider every activity, duty as a worship. Work is worship. And whatever do it with devotion. Then little by little, we will experience, because we are calm, then we will experience the presence of Supreme in every pore. It automatically, the love start pouring. My favorite phrase is, प्रेम जब अनंत हो गया तो रोम रोम संत हो गया, देवालय हो गया बदन, हृदय तो महंत हो गया. Look at that Mirabai. Her every cell of body was filled with devotion. She could not differentiate between poison and regular drink, because she was so obsessed with that devotion. We know, all know the story about it. Hanumanji, always filled with devotion. And actually, we also, in previous verse, if you remember, in chapter 14:26, where Lord Krishna said that one who constantly serves me with love and devotion transcends the gunas and thus become eligible for nirvana. So who serves me with love and devotion, here comes the service, karma yoga, bhakti yoga. Those are the people who experience my presence, oneness. And actually we learned, there's a favorite verse again in chapter 10 as well, that whoever who does the bhakti automatically gets the buddhi. So once we know God, that's what it's saying. What does God meaning of knowing God? We reach our highest consciousness. We experience that peace, loving and caring, harmonious relationships. When we are filled with love, then through love, many relationships, almost relationship, foundation of any relationship is love. And it just does not stop in the worldly relationship. It helps us to grow spiritually, because we develop the feeling of forgiveness. Because another name of love is forgiveness. They're interchangeable. And then oneness, our true nature. What does oneness means? Oneness means when we say Chit Ananda, we are basically, our true nature is Chit Ananda. But by living in this world, going through so many turmoils from previous life, this lives, based on our gunas, our true nature gets tarnished, because we face so many, we collect so much. We call it sanchit karmas. Our consciousness gets covered. But our true nature is embedded in every DNA, every gene of our body. So just summary here is, with love and devotion, we experience the supreme presence, the power within, and we feel one with God. We are filled with love, peace, Anandam. Our Rom month, it feels like become Mahant, become oneness, and experience that ultimate Anandam. Our Chit, our consciousness, truly experience that Anandam. So here is the message. Again, many times, this is a summary of Bhagavad Gita. And if you look at this summary, here comes the Vishad through Karma Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, meditation, Bhakti Yoga, Gyan Yoga. We all uplift ourselves. We go beyond tamasic nature to rajasic and become sattvic and practice more. So from Vishad to Prasad, we little by little with each practice, we go. In other words, karma to karna hi hai. We have the body, we cannot escape from the karmas. We are in the society, we cannot escape with the karmas. Only thing we have to do is make karma into dharma, means do everything for the benefit of all. Nishkam karma is another name for karma yoga, with love. So love, we cannot escape that part, that is bhakti yoga. And we should live in the consciousness of that. That is meditation. Meditation does not mean that we just sit in one place. Living in that awareness, living every moment in the consciousness of supreme power. That is true meditation. Now, this could be done in many ways, through seva, through expressing love, through meditation, or through mantras, anything. That's why it says the whole topic of this, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vedanti. Truth is one, path are many. So it could be karma yoga, any path, whatever we see here. It could be any path, whatever resonates with us. If I am a very active person, karma yoga could be for me. If I'm an introverted person, meditation, sitting and doing meditation. If I'm more emotional person, bhakti yoga could be. And if I am more on the scholarly, then Gyan Yoga could be. Whatever, it depends on each person. But the bottom line here is the self-purification. We have to purify ourselves. All of our remove negativity, transform ourselves, and then finally, renunciation and surrender. So this is how we go from miseries to moksha. So any path is okay. That's what the message is. But we must practice in the morning, set out the trend of the day with doing some kind work, or doing some mantra, or do one kindness, even offer a cup of water to somebody, or tea, or whatever, or just put some water for the birds, or food for the birds, or whatever. But it starts your day with one kind word and one kind action. And then read your message, one message per day, which means whatever I want to improve upon, whatever vices I want to get rid of it, then I should focus on that. But at the same time, we must not forget to take care of our body, because without body is the foundation for every activity. So we must do our yoga, exercises, but keep our connection with the supreme power, and the breath is our connection. So we should do the proper exercises, which is pranayam. Pranayam means with breath, with mantra, with consciousness, and then do the meditation and prayers. And during the day, continue to practice whatever we need to practice and evaluate our day in the evening. How did I perform? And then continue to improve upon it rather than pounding that I didn't do this good today. Sometimes we criticize ourselves and we become very negative about ourselves. And no, here it says, no. Thank God for taking us through that day. And then surrender to God. But just for the summary here, going from miseries to moksha, we must realize what is my true nature. Based on my true nature, based on my gunas, I should take that activity, whether karma yoga or sannyas yoga or bhakti yoga or whatever we do. By doing that, but here Bhagwan is saying bhakti yoga, emotions, everybody has emotions. That is the easiest path. That's why chapter 12 is recited in Gita Ashram every day, every minute is going on. Because by having that love, we start experiencing God. We become so calm, like, as I said, like a bottom of the lake. When the lake is calm, then we can see all the way down what is in the bottom of the lake, every single thing. Similarly, when we are calm, we can experience the divinity within us. So we become one. Yukti, I call it yukti. We become totally connected with supreme power. And that is the state of liberation, moksha, experiencing who I am. So by practicing, do our best at the end of the day before going to bed. Sarv dharman paritajyam. Mamekam sharanam braj. Aham tvam sarpapebhyo mokshashyami mashuch. Just pray to him, because he promises that you do your job. You do be in that consciousness of supreme power, and don't worry rest of the thing. I will take care of you. So our homework, continuous practices. Be aware. Live in the awareness consciousness, which is called Sakshi. Always observe. How am I behaving? How am I speaking? How am I thinking? What am I thinking? How am I seeing others? What am I doing? How I spend my time? So just live in that awareness, because we all have the supreme goal of life is self-realization, experiencing ultimate presence of the divinity within us. So that question is just, I put it to remind ourselves over and over and over. And then question, am I on the right path? Because sometimes we think we are on right path because some other people are on that path, or we feel that that path is better than other. Bhagwan Ji is saying, no, all the paths are equally good. Again, I put it here. Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. Truth is one, paths are many. So all paths are divine. Choose your path as your innate swabhava, your gunas. And the caution is, must not criticize others' path. If people are on karma yoga, it's good for them according to their personality. If they are on bhakti yoga, if they are on the meditation path, whatever path, or the gyan yoga, whatever they are, they know what they are doing on that path. So we must not bring the negativity within ourselves by criticizing others, that my path is better than your path. We should be very careful. Many saints, especially Murari Bapu, emphasize on this one, that whatever path you are, continue on that one. And here is, am I content and satisfied? Do I treat all equally with love? Or am I partial, like Dhritarashtra? That's the question, because in our life, many situations come where there is a partiality comes. So we have to be very careful, whether it's with the siblings or whether children or whether with the community or the family members or friends or whatever. We should be very careful about this one, equanimity. Here is the time to practice equanimity. And then spiritual practices, mindfulness and meditation. Meditation, why I say meditation, it enriches that whatever we do. It's not my meditation is the only path. It is the part of other spiritual practices. Yes, meditation could be the only path if I am not involved in any activities and I'm sitting on Himalayas in the cave and doing only meditation. But rest of the living in this world, I have to do my karma properly. I have to do it with love and compassion and then enrich myself. And here I put like who they are. I don't know how many have you met her, this hugging saint, Ammaji. Her life is full of devotion, seva. She offers all. And we should continue to practice, practice, practice. Stop not, as Vivekananda said, until the goal is reached. So continue on this goal and have our sankalpa that I am full of universal love. I am a happy, healthy, loving, and peaceful soul. And we must follow the Gita's teachings. Because having the sankalpa, we remind ourselves over and over and over. And I put this sankalpa for 1 week. So for that 1 week, at least, I should practice that and then build upon it. Not that we get out of that sankalpa, we keep building upon it. So with prabhav, sankalp prabhav, we become that one in thousands, where Bhagwanji says that only 1 in 1,000 in billions walk on that path. And with Bhagavad Gita's teachings, with sankalpas, little by little, we are getting to that place because it's not a very fast, quick fix. So we must have a lot of patience. And by doing that, that sprout, that seed will sprout ultimately to the fruits and the teachings with Bhagavad Gita. We will attain ultimate love, peace, Anandam. As you can see, our logo, I mean, this logo, it took 20 years to, it's not that I made it, it just appeared to me. This heart, with initially it was with Om Mantra, then Bhagavad Gita's teachings, but what comes out of it is love, peace, Ananda. And all starts with the heart. And it spreads rom mein. Then whole, not just the body rom turns into Chit Ananda, but whole universe seems like Chit Ananda. Though challenges are there, difficulties are there, but we are still living in that consciousness. So my 3 wishes for all of you. As I said, when genie comes and asks, what do you want? And these are the 3 wishes we all have. So these are my 3 wishes for all of you. That I wish you love, peace, Ananda, abundance. So thank you very much. And align our nature with inherent qualities and attain the path of oneness with peace, love. The ultimate path is love, which gives us, opens up our heart, removes the negativity, and takes us to ultimate happiness. So thank you very much for attending. Thank you.